Hey everyone, welcome back to Ride Next Day, your ultimate destination for everything two-wheeled. Today, we're diving deep into a bike that doesn't scream for attention but quietly wins hearts with its rugged charm, legendary dependability, and go-anywhere attitude. Say hello to the 2026 Honda CT125, the modern trail bike that's a nod to the past but built for the future. The CT125 has long held a cult-like status among adventurers, backwoods riders, and urban explorers alike. And with the 2026 version, Honda has refined the package while staying true to what made the bike a global icon: simplicity, capability, and durability. You don't ride the CT125 because it's the fastest or flashiest. You ride it because it represents freedom in its purest, most unfiltered form. Let's start with the design, and this is where Honda strikes a perfect balance between nostalgia and modern utility. The CT125 takes clear inspiration from the classic Honda trail bikes of the 1960s and 70s, particularly the CT90 and CT110. That same upright, minimalist silhouette is back, complete with the high-mounted intake snorkel, upswept exhaust, and rugged steel rear rack. Everything about it screams purpose, from the elevated fenders to the exposed steel tubing and skid plate. It's a bike that invites mud, dust, and remote trails. But make no mistake, Honda didn't just slap some retro flair on this thing. Every line and part is functional. The high-mounted air intake isn't just for looks, it allows you to ford shallow streams or ride through dust-choked trails without suffocating the engine. The exhaust pipe sits high and snug along the frame, keeping it safe from rocks and water crossings. The flat seat and slim tank offer plenty of room to shift your weight, whether you're climbing a steep hill or riding through traffic. The 2026 CT125 now comes in three color options: a classic red, trail green, and a new stealthy matte black. Each finish is rugged and built to take abuse, and they all look right at home in the city or deep in the forest. And check this out, Honda has finally added a USB-C charging port discreetly mounted near the handlebars. It's a small update, but a major convenience if you're using your phone for navigation or capturing that perfect off-road shot. Now, powering the CT125 is a 124cc air-cooled single-cylinder 4-stroke engine, mated to a 4-speed semi-automatic transmission. The same proven engine architecture that powers the Super Cub and Monkey is under the hood here, but it's been tuned slightly differently for more low-end torque and trail adaptability. What's special about the semi-auto gearbox? No clutch lever. Just tap through the gears with your foot up or down and focus on the ride. This feature makes it super accessible to beginners, casual riders, and even seasoned motorcyclists who just want a simple, engaging machine to cruise with. It's the ultimate grab-and-go motorcycle. The engine puts out around 8.8 horsepower and 11 Nm of torque. While those numbers might not sound thrilling on paper, it's all about how this power is delivered. Thanks to its slow gearing and featherweight construction, the CT125 pulls confidently through dirt tracks, forest trails, and urban back alleys. You're not going to win any drag races, but you will climb a rocky hill or weave through a traffic jam with zero drama. Suspension is another place where Honda's design shines. Up front, you get telescopic forks with 110 mm of travel, and at the rear, there are dual shocks with extended travel and stiffer springs for load carrying or trail bashing. It's not motocross spec by any means, but it's plenty for the bike's intended use. Combined with the chunky 17-inch semi-knobby tires, this thing floats over gravel, broken pavement, or wet forest trails like a champ. The ground clearance is an impressive 165 mm, giving you confidence to go off pavement whenever the urge strikes. Even the foot pegs have rubber inserts that can be removed for better grip on muddy rides. Honda didn't forget the details. Everything about this bike is overbuilt in the best possible way. The braking setup includes a front 220 mm disc and a rear 190 mm disc, both equipped with single-channel ABS. It's a welcome safety feature, especially if you're new to trail riding or plan on commuting in unpredictable weather. The front brake has a strong, progressive bite, while the rear lets you modulate power without locking up the tire too easily. Fuel economy: Honda claims around 75 km per liter depending on riding conditions. With the 5.4-liter fuel tank, you're looking at a potential range of 350 to 400 km on a single tank. That's commuter bike efficiency paired with go-anywhere confidence. And if you're wondering about the tech, this is a bike that prioritizes function over flash, but there are a few thoughtful modern touches. The fully digital LCD cluster displays speed, fuel level, gear indicator, trip meters, and even a clock. It's clean, easy to read, and doesn't distract from the ride. Lighting is fully LED across the board, including the round headlight that throws a bright, even beam down the road, perfect for night rides in the woods or early morning commutes. The indicators and taillight are compact but visible, and they add a modern touch to the retro aesthetic. One of the most useful features is the massive steel rear rack. It can carry everything from camping gear to groceries and even has optional tie-down hooks and a quick-release mounting system for Honda's range of adventure accessories. Riders across the world have turned CT125s into mini overlanders, strapping tents, bags, fishing rods, and you name it. Now, let's talk about performance and real-world riding. In the city, the CT125 is an absolute breeze. Lightweight, upright seating, and short gearing make it super agile. Filtering through traffic is almost fun, and its approachable seat height of around 800mm means even shorter riders will feel confident. It's smooth, not snappy, which means every ride is relaxed and controlled. Off-road, the CT125 shines in its element. You can climb modest hills, ride over loose dirt, and ford small creeks all without the second thought. Sure, it's not a KTM dirt bike, but it's got that reliable farm bike feel. Just enough torque to keep you moving, enough suspension to absorb the bumps, and a level of simplicity that makes trail riding more about the journey than the machine. Long distance travel, it's not exactly built for high-speed highway riding, and you'll feel limited at around 90 km/h top speed. But if you plan to explore back roads, rural routes, or scenic byways, this is a machine that encourages you to slow down and enjoy the ride. And thanks to its quiet engine and mellow exhaust note, it's incredibly relaxing to ride for hours on end. Let's talk pricing. The 2026 Honda CT125 is priced at approximately $4,399 in most markets. In countries like Thailand, Indonesia, and India, where it may be offered under a slightly different nameplate or in CKD format, the price may vary due to taxes and import duties. Still, for what it offers, a near indestructible, multi-purpose machine that doubles as a commuter and trail bike, it's a serious value proposition. And if you're comparing it with other small displacement bikes, nothing quite matches the CT125 in terms of build quality, versatility, and classic appeal. This isn't a bike you outgrow, it's one you grow more attached to with time. So what are the unique selling points here? It starts with rugged reliability. The CT125 has a bulletproof reputation globally. Riders have taken it across continents, up mountains, and through the worst conditions imaginable. It doesn't complain, it just keeps going. Then there's the retro modern styling, a design that pays tribute to Honda's legendary trail bikes but adds enough modern tech to keep it current. Next, the accessibility factor. You don't need to be a pro rider to enjoy this bike. It's friendly, forgiving, and comfortable for beginners, but still engaging enough for seasoned riders looking for a no-stress adventure rig. And finally, the do-it-all nature. Whether you're commuting to work, heading out to a campsite, or just exploring back roads on the weekend, the CT125 delivers. It's as happy on a gravel trail as it is in a city parking lot. At the end of the day, the 2026 Honda CT125 isn't about performance specs or lap times. It's about freedom, the freedom to take the long way home, to discover new routes, to escape the city, or to simply ride without worry. It brings back the joy of uncomplicated riding in a world where everything else seems too complex. So if you're in the market for a lightweight, ultra-reliable, go-anywhere motorcycle that won't break the bank, the Honda CT125 deserves a serious look. It's a bike that reminds you why you fell in love with riding in the first place. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this review or found it helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Ride Next, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next adventure. Drop a comment below and tell us where would you take the Honda CT125 on your first ride. Until next time, ride safe, ride far, and keep it two-wheeled.